a city with more than 1,200 years of history. Erfurt is the capital of the Free State of Thuringia and has one of the Germany's most complete medieval centers. Thuringia is known for its quartet of magnificent ancient cities and Wartburg Castle, a UNESCO World Heritage Site because of its vast mountainous and forested region. It is also designated as the Green Heart of Germany. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. If you are new from my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and click the notification bell so that you will be notified if I uploaded my new travel videos experience. Enjoy watching. Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. Welcome to Erfurt. Erfurt is a city in the central German state of Thuringia. Martin Luther, father of the Protestant Reformation, was ordained in the Cathedral of St. Mary, whose origins date to the 8th century. Next to the cathedral is the Gothic church of St. Severus. The Augustine cloister is the monastery where Martin Luther lived as a monk. The Kramer Brücke bridge has the medieval houses and shops and stretches over the Gira River with a population of 213,000 as of 2019 survey. 81 who enters the new Gothic Town Hall, which was constructed between 1869 and 1876. It's not initially aware that this building had an impressive preceding building. In the first half of the 13th century, an Erfurt council was recruited from the patrician upper class, which gradually assumed municipal self-government. The Curia Borgensu, the administrative building, was a two-story building made from limestone located on the Friesmark along Markstrasse. Through a sale area of the ground floor, it was possible to access the assembly room on the first floor via an open staircase. The first documentary reference to the building as a town hall, described as a Curia Consulum, dates from the 18th November 1275. Over several centuries, the town hall was structurally altered and extended. Its core remained Gothic, while elaborate adornments to the facades were added during the Renaissance. On the Fishmark, the citizens congregated to pledge an oath to the airport council on an annual basis. The court was sessioned in front of the town hall and executions were carried out. Following the massacre of the Jewish community on 21 March 1349, which was the part organized by the municipal elite, the airport council increased its political influence in relation to the bishop and emperor and extended its level of power and ownership in the city. When you walk in the staircase, you can see the different beautiful paintings hung in the wall. One of them from Dr. Johannes Faust, who lived from around 1480 to circa 1540, already known as a necromancer and a magician. Erfurt Cathedral. On the brow of the hill stands Erfurt's magnificent Gothic cathedral, built mostly during the 1300s and 1400s. There has been a religious building in this place since 742 when Saint Boniface founded a church. The architecture of the Erfurt Cathedral is mainly Gothic and stems from around the 14th and 15th centuries. There are many things of note as far as the architecture is concerned, not less than stained glass window and furnishing of the interior of the cathedral, the central spire of the three towers that sits aloft to the cathedral harbors the Maria Gloriosa, which at the time is the casting by the Gert van Vool in 1497, was the world's largest free-swinging bell. It is the largest existing medieval bell in the world. It is known to have the purity and the beauty of the tan. The cathedral houses many rare and rich furnishing and sculpture, including the tomb of the bigamous Count von Gleichen, accompanied by the both of his wives, and stucco altar, a bronze candelabra, a Romanesque antiquity called Wolfram, the oldest freestanding cast work in Germany, and out of the porch several statues of the wise and the foolish virgins. The cathedral is unbelievably rich with the medieval art, starting with the 18-meter tracery windows in the high court, which are almost all original and were fitted between 1370 and 1420. The oak stalls in the core are also exceptional, curved in the 1360s and which 89 seats in twins 17.5 meters row. How old is the Erfurt Cathedral? The church was consecrated on June 20, 1182, although the construction work had not yet been completed. This is documented by the report about completion of the two towers, 1201 and 1237, and a renewed consecration on October 5, 1252. The cathedral's middle tower also holds the Maria Gloriosa, the world's largest free-swinging medieval bell, cast in 1497 and weighing for 11.45 tons. St. Severus Church. The Church of St. Severus, a five-nave early Gothic hall church, was a collegiate church for the regular canons of St. Augustine during the 12th century. Today, along with the cathedral, it is the Erfurt's most famous landmark. In 1633, St. Severus Church was occupied by the Swedish troops and subsequently handed over to the Protestants, who altered the interior by demolishing an altar and relocating the pulpit. As early as 1635, however, the church was returned to the Catholics and the changes was reversed. In the 1670s, the church received a new Baroque high altar. The church was probably not more or less completed until the middle of the 14th century. A whole series of altars were donated in the 1360s. The large number of donations of altars, vicars, and widely known high Gothic sculptures indicates Erfurt's economic rise at this time. The Severus Monastery dates back to the church called St. Paul from the 8th and to the 9th century. The relics that came to the airport is 836 under Archbishop Utgar of Mainz, were of such great significance that the monastery was renamed St. Severi. In the 1970s and early 1980s, the roof was renovated again, and the interior completely restored, followed by the restorations of the southwestern cluster from 1993 to 1995. Petersburg Citadel, only well-preserved Baroque city fortress in Central Europe. The labyrinth of the underground mine passage is open to the public. Taking up these 12 hectares right on the Petersburg Hill in the center of Erfurt is the largest and the best preserved Baroque city fortress in Central Europe. There are 8 bastions linked by a 2-kilometer parapet wall which reaches height of 23 meters and has a wonderful vistas of the city. The Petersburg Citadel is a unique symbol illustrating European fortress architecture in the late 17th and 19th century. It has a Baroque core from 1815. There was Neo-Prussian modernization work, of which the defense barracks and artillery wagon houses has survived. The citadel was built on the site of the medieval Benedictine monastery, and the earliest part of the complex date from the 12th century. It is now the home of the German Horticulture Museum. Under these walls are counter mines and system of tunnels to prevent mines made by attackers during sieges. You can go underground to see them on tours organized by our tourist office. The citadel was founded in 1665 by the Archbishop Elector of Mainz and was later used by a Prussian empire. After reunification, the site was turned into a tourist attraction, while its buildings belong to the government offices, cultural amenities, and the private apartments. Donplatz, the largest square in the city, is the grand 3.5-hectare plaza below the cathedral. In the morning, from Monday to Saturday, there's a market selling fruits and vegetable, sausages, eggs, honey, cheese, and also the exotic delicacies. The square's market tradition could be as old as the 8th or 9th century. Donplatz is also the main location for Erfurt's excellent Christmas market in December. There are also a couple monuments catching the eye. The Ertal obelisk went up in 1777 to commemorate the first visit by the new Archbishop Elector Friedrich Karl Joseph von Erthal and was most funded by the Erfurt's citizen. Crowned with a statue of the Roman goddess, the Minerva Brunnen from 1784 is the airport's oldest surviving fountain and the last of the city's original 55 public drinking fountains. Fish Markt, west of Kramerbrücke, is a fish market, which was the social center of the city in the Middle Ages. The Kramerbrücke, or the Merchant's Bridge, is a unique in Europe, in the middle of one of the best preserved medieval city center in Germany. It is 120-meter long with inhabited buildings from one end to the other end. Past and the present coexist in harmony. The life of an up-and-coming state capital pulsates across the well-preserved and lovely restored old part of the city, which extends over more than 200 hectares. The Merchant's Bridge in 1325 is the airport's most interesting circular building, incorporating with 32 houses. It is in Europe the longest completely built up bridge. The houses are still inhabited. Traditional Merchant Bridge Festival every year during the biggest Old Town Festival take place on the third weekend of June. It was in Thuringia the major shift in church politics happened. Thanks to Martin Luther, he translated the Bible into German so common folks could understand, protested against the practice of charging heftily for indulgence, and his preaching resulted in the split of the church. In the middle of the city, not far from the town hall, lies the last functioning watermill in Erfurt. Next to the Holy Mill in Airport Leversgehofen, on the banks of the Brinstrom, the Neue Mühle has been a museum since 1992. An attractive overall complex awaits the visitor here. In addition to the functional grinding mill, there are exhibition rooms in which old miller equipment is exhibited and small special exhibitions take place. Since 1996, energy has been produced in the Museum Neue Mühle as an alternative. A hydropower plant secures in the company-owned needs and excess energy is transferred to the airport power grid. On a clear overview board, the amount of electricity generated can be read by the best source. The main reason why I visited Airport City because of the open-air opera named Nabucco and played in the stairs in the middle of the two beautiful medieval Gothic Cathedral, St. Marian and the St. Severus Church. Under its original name of Nabucodonosor, the opera was first performed at La Scala in Milan on 9 March 1842. Nabucco is the opera that is considered to have permanently established Verdi's reputation as a composer. He committed that this is the opera with which my artistic career really begins. Nabucco, based on the Bible and the story of the Babylonian captivity in 586 BC, the kingdom of Judah, descending from David, was trampled by the Babylonians, the first temple destroyed, and the Jews captured and deported to Babylon. Nabucco is an Italian language opera in four acts composed in 1841 by Giuseppe Verdi. to an Italian libretto by Temistocles Solera. The libretto is based on the biblical books of 2 Kings, Jeremiah, Lamentations, and Daniel, and the 1836 play by Agustin Anisit Borgius, a Franciscano. However, Antonio Cortese ballet adaptations of the play, given at the La Scala in 1836, was a more important source for Solera than the play itself. Under its original name of Nabucodonosor, the opera was first performed at La Scala in Milan on 9 March 1842. Erfurt is the city in the Green Heart of Germany. The bishopric of Erfurt was founded in 742 by Saint Boniface. In the Middle Ages, the city and the cruising point of the long-established trade routes grew into a powerful trade center and a university city. The dye wood and the demand everywhere brought prosperity and power to the city and its citizens. Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. Thank you for your love and support to my channel. Feel free to leave your comments about what did you saw or any feedbacks that will help my channel to improve in the future. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and click the notification bell so that you will be notified if I uploaded my new travel videos. Stay safe and take care.